Most people, when they get strong enough, they surround themselves with people. That's how it usually goes. Strength attracts. Power accumulates followers. The strongest people in the world all follow that same pattern. They gather people, they build something around them. That's what power looks like. And then there is Dracule Mihawk, the strongest swordsman in the world, who lives completely alone. This video is not about whether Mihawk is the greatest. That's already settled. This is about why a man who could have anything chose nothing, and what that choice actually means. We are taught from an early age that strength has a certain shape. It looks like armies, like followers, like people who gather around someone because that person radiates something undeniable. And then there is Mihawk. No crew, no fleet, no political territory. When he travels alone, on a boat that seems almost absurd given what he is capable of. Maybe strength, real strength, the kind that exists at the very edge of human capability, does not accumulate. Maybe it clarifies. Maybe it strips away rather than adds. And maybe what looks like emptiness from the outside is something far more intentional. What if the strongest version of something does not need witnesses? Mihawk does not look like a man who lost something, is the reframe. It lands with quiet weight. The final sentence is the soft pull into Chapter 2. Mihawk does not look like a man who lost something. He looks like a man who made a decision. The question is what that decision is actually built on. Take Zoro. He is the clearest example in One Piece of strength built through connection. His power runs through the people around him. He fights harder because he belongs to something. Mihawk looked at the same world Zoro looked at, and he went the other direction. Not because he couldn't build those bonds, but because of what those bonds cost. Crews become targets. The moment someone knows what you love, they know exactly where to aim. Bonds create a map of everything you cannot afford to lose. What if removing those pressure points entirely is the strategy? What if solitude is not the symptom of isolation, but the foundation of a particular kind of invulnerability? Having nothing to lose is not the same as having nothing. It is a position, a deliberate one. The question is whether anyone could actually choose it, or whether it chooses you. There is something no one tells you about being at the top. It is not freedom. The moment you become the best at something, you stop being a person to everyone who hears your name. You become a direction. Every swordsman with real ambition now has Mihawk as a fixed point to aim at. Not metaphorically, literally. To become the best, you must defeat the best. Mihawk is not a person to those people. He is a destination. Every room he enters, the calculation has already been done. There is a permanent assessment, a measuring, an awareness of what he is that never lets the room fully relax, including possibly Mihawk himself. His island, then, is the only place where no one is running that calculation, where there is no unspoken challenge in the air, where he is not a destination, just a man in a castle in the dark. Let us set aside what the world did to Mihawk and ask what Mihawk did to himself, because there is a version of this where solitude is not defense, it is preference, where clarity is not the outcome, it is the point. Zoro fights for someone, always, His strength is relational at its core. It flows through the people behind him. That is not a limitation. It is a design. Mihawk's strength has no relational engine. His blade answers to no one. His standard is set entirely by himself. He is, in a specific and almost uncomfortable sense, the only judge of whether he is becoming what he should be. Solitude removes distraction, but it also removes comfort. The warmth of being known by someone, the ease of being understood without explanation, the particular relief of being seen by someone who chose to stay. Mihawk removed all of it and did not replace it with anything. That is either the purest form of freedom that exists, or the highest price anyone has ever paid without anyone noticing. So we arrive here, not at an answer, at a full picture. Strength that strips instead of accumulates. Solitude as strategy. Reputation as a weight that never lifts. And a choice, internal, deliberate, to stand outside of what the world offers. It is possible, and I want to be honest here, not clever, it is possible that Mihawk did not become strong and then become alone. It is possible that becoming alone is what made him strong, that the solitude is not the backdrop, it is the method. Maybe that depth, the kind you can only reach by removing every distraction, every comfort, every external reason to stop, cannot be arrived at any other way. Maybe some things can only be built in silence. But here is what stays unresolved. A sword with no one to protect is still a sword. It can cut, it can be the greatest, but there is a question about what it is for. And that question Mihawk does not answer, not once. When you remove the world and stand by yourself, are you powerful or just unreachable?